Hi, my name is Ron Pretley. I live in Canada. And but 2 years ago, I bought the book and also the online course, Music Theory for the Bass Player by Ari. And I found that it was something that incredibly improved my bass playing. At the beginning, it was more of a case of hunt and peck, where to touch the notes, how to play a song and memorizing it. But through the course, by learning the fretboard, it gave me an incredible amount of confidence to play with assurance, with confidence, with a sense of freedom to know what to play and when, and a way to stop memorizing other people's lines and start creating my own. And it's really made an impact on my playing. And it's a course that I have enjoyed using all throughout the year, and I continue to do so. And it's also a course where I find in review, there's a lot of things I still need to work on. So I'm looking forward to continuing and dabbing in here and there on items that I may have missed and need a bit more time on. Ari is a great teacher. She takes things slowly. She's very helpful in providing further feedback. All the PDFs, the audio files are so helpful in preparing and learning all these various techniques. And it's had a monumental impact upon my own bass playing. And for that, I really thank her and creators of this course. Well, initially I bought your book because I had read a lot of really good things online. I think it was the No Trouble website. I heard about your book. And I haven't been playing for very long. I started playing about 8 years ago. And I started taking lessons myself. But like I said previously, I always found that, and I joined a band pretty early in learning, but it was a case where I was just memorizing where to put my fingers. And so I might have known that that was an A or that was a D, but major, minor chords, none of that came into my knowledge because it was like I had to learn this song. And so I started reading your book and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was the best music theory book that I had encountered for bass. I had looked at a few others as well, like The Bass for Dummies, and I had tried a couple others, but I found that there was just too much text and you just kind of got lost in what you're supposed to do. Yours was very helpful, so I started working my way through that book. But then when your course came along online, that really appealed to me because I'm a real visual learner, and I'm also a subscriber. Around the same time that I bought your course, I also subscribed to Scott's bass lessons. So and that was a way as well, because both of you are such great teachers, and you're able just to explain things so clearly. And also, I would find that when I would meet my bass teacher, when I first started off, I'd go home and think, what did he say to me? I forget. And how did he explain that? And that's why video is so great, because you can just go back and rewatch all the parts. And like I said, even today, when I was reviewing your course to remind myself about parts of it and what I could talk about, I thought, oh, I don't think I watched that one, or I need to spend more time on that one. And even with the great thing was I found today was going back and looking at videos that I struggled with. And like, let's say lesson 4, lesson 5. And I look back and say, wow, that comes so easily to me now, so that's what makes it so rewarding to know that, with daily planning, daily motivation to do it and giving that time, that I can see the impact that it's had. So I wanted to get to a point where I would know the fretboard, I would know theory, so that rather than memorizing other people's lines, I could say, well, here's what I can do in this song, rather than just copying others. There was a case this week where it came up because I was playing a song during the guitar solo, just straight eights on the primes, no big deal, E minor, D, and C. And I'm playing that, and that's what the original song does. And I thought, rather than just pumping the E minor, could I throw something in there? And so I listened to it, and I thought, well, you know what, I can go to the 7th, and then to the minor 3rd, and then to the 4th, and then I'm back into the D, and it works. But I would never have known that before. It was just like this mystery. But all I knew was from your course, well, it's an E minor. These are the notes that are available. Try it out. Does it work? And to throw that in. Yeah. And that's something that's given me like a lot of confidence that I know, and freedom, of course, when I'm playing, to know that I can do that. I would completely disagree with that. Because now when I learn songs, I realize, hey, like I'm a really big fan of Paul McCartney.
Oh,
And
me too.
when today I was reviewing one of your videos regarding scalar patterns, and it's like, this is what he does. And so one song that I learned recently was Hello Goodbye. And when you go into it, I realized, well, before, when I first learned it, I was just putting my fingers wherever. And then I realized, well, actually, he's just walking down the minor scale, or walking up, ascending or descending, and that's what he's doing. And also, something, which is such a great bass line. When it gets to that A minor, and it's, I realize, okay, well, he's playing an A minor, he's going to the fifth, then to the minor sixth, and walking down. And so being able to realize that not only helps with my memorization of the piece, but also my understanding of how it works. And so rather than it being like a mystery, it's something that it makes sense to me now, or like a movement of like on Nowhere Man, 1, 3, 6, 5, and realizing that's what he's doing. So my mind, I'm always thinking that, and that really helps me. Like our band plays 40 or 50 songs, a night when we play, and my friends say, "How do you memorize all of this?" And then that's the way that I am able to memorize it, by thinking of patterns, the scalar patterns, and what chord am I in, and then I can fill it in. Or another one is the classic "Play That Funky Music" by Wild Cherry, and that bass, realized, well, I also worked through your pentatonic playground course on TrueFire, and realized, well, that's just the E minor pentatonic pattern. There it is. And then that helped me remember. Before I was kind of making mistakes, I realized, no, there's the pattern, big box, little box, and I can just put it in there. I got it. Learning all those.
So goofy, but they work. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the things that are kind of strange to, funny names will help you remember them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that really helped. So I find that was like a code to kind of discover it and make sense of it, like the mystery of it. I would watch people when I first started off with their hands all over the fretboard. How do they know where to go? Yeah. And now I see that, oh, well, he's moving to the third, doing a fifth and a sixth, or walking down from the sixth, and I can see that. And so that helps me understand the song better, and then be able to apply that to my own compositions as well. When I was reviewing it this morning, I thought how so concrete, sequential the whole course is. And that's something that really appeals to me, because that's the kind of learner that I am. You work on a task, you work, and then you build from that. And that's key. And I found that was very helpful, because when I look back, for example, and looked at the first few lessons or first weeks of the course today, I was looking at, finding all the note finder, and where are all the E's and where are all the A's. And I remember doing that and going, struggling for that. And so now I feel that I have a really good knowledge of the fretboard, which I didn't have when I first started your course. So that was something that really helped me develop, knowing to feel my knowledge about the fretboard, being able to, rather than staying in the first 5 frets, to be able to move around at the right times. So that was something that really had an impact. And that, of course, as I said before, really leads to one's confidence in playing. I never felt overwhelmed by the amount of material. In fact, I always thought it was the right amount of material for each week. Now, I didn't start your course as a complete beginner, so I can't quite remember. I'm sure I could play major scales before I started your course, but asked me to play all the B's in the first 12 frets, and I wouldn't be able to. So I think it was the right amount. Sometimes, depending upon life interrupting, and the lessons may have taken more than a week to get through, and to get through with confidence, to think I'm ready to move on now. But even like looking back on it today, like I said, like it's not, I don't feel like I've completely graduated from it, which is a good thing, because I know that there's still some more videos out there when I realized today, oh, I don't think I gave that the attention that it deserved. I got to go back to that one. And other ones I feel like, okay, I've checked that off. But I think for somebody who's starting off, who is somewhat comfortable on bass and knows a little bit to play, it's certainly the right amount of information. Oh, that's good. That's a very good question. I think yes, because, well, first of all, I think I said before that I'm a teacher. So I want as well to show people that, with dedication, with hard work, with daily activity and working at something, that you're going to see results. And, we live in a society, as you know now, where people get frustrated easily and they don't have patience. And they think and they want something immediately. And I see that with teenagers, they want the answers right away. They want the world to be like their phones, which respond immediately to anything that they want. But, they have to be reminded that, in order to achieve something, and something is achievable, it takes dedication, it takes daily work. And by doing so, that will lead to, the goal that you have. And I found that to be certainly the case with your course. But now I look at it, yes, and say, I can try this as well and do something completely different and realize, I can do that too. Obviously, like motivational videos that you have at the end of the lessons as well, it does provide us with a reminder of, what we're in for, and also how we can apply that to our own lives as well. That it's not just bass playing, but also with relationships, with work, with other tasks and challenges that we face in life, that you need to keep working ahead. You need to pace yourself and realize that you can achieve it and you'll get through it. And there'll be great rewards at the end of it as well. I would tell them that the course provides, first of all, a really solid understanding of music theory, that rather than memorizing a song, you will understand the song. And so now I find, of course, that like I said, the songs that I play, now I understand them as opposed to just memorizing them like a tab or put your finger, and then sometimes when I'm learning a new song and I go on YouTube and look, there are people out there, I won't call them teachers, but they'll say things like, now put your finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. And it's like, can't you even name the note? And how is that going to help you really understand the instrument and be able to then learn it, but also then build your own confidence and be able to write on your own? And so all of the whole course and through the teaching of music theory kind of demystified that kind of allure. What do I play? And so I found that was the most important aspect of the course, was making me understand the instruments so well. And so I have you to thank for that. Oh, definitely. There's no question. In fact, I think I have not only worked through the 20 weeks. Last summer, I started working through it again. And, in reviewing it today, I'm realizing, oh, well, here are some chunks that I have yet to grasp. And even noting as well that I saw changes that you had made since it was first put online, and can see that there are, for example, the outro tabs having new, information of the organization, new videos as well, corrections made. So I can see that. That's really great too, because I can see the care that you and your team are putting into it. So I can see that for you guys, it's certainly like a labor of love that you're there working on it and trying to make the best situation possible to help people learn the instrument. So thank you for that. I think you're doing a great job. I think the addition of the monthly Ask Ari is a great idea, and I've been able to catch a couple of those. I would have suggested the idea of the questionnaires, like the quizzes that you are now adding. So that is a great thing as well, is making that interactive, because you're picking up what a teacher, if you were sitting down one-on-one with a bass teacher, the teacher would ask you questions like that, and you'd have to, do I know the answer to that? What is the 3rd of G? And can you, that sort of thing. So having that as a test, I think, is a really good way to improve the course. And I'm looking forward to going back myself and doing those tests as well. All that you do is it's really had an impact on my playing, and it really motivated me to get better at the bass. And I love play every day. And certainly you played a large role in that. So thank you.